Hello, what's up? Welcome back. I am working today on building out a new sort of membership for, my course platform, my online business launch lab. It is a video membership, a video accountability group. It's a little bit different than a course where I'm like teaching. It's just all about getting together, hanging out, sharing tips, getting feedback from one another. There's a little bit of an educational component to it, but it's more or less like a community. So I wanted to show you how to build this out. I'm learning, I'm figuring it out in my head, and I always forget to document the process of this stuff because it just goes so fast. This is a really low pressure thing. Let me explain how it's all working. So I wanted to make this program very intentional. This is not something where I'm opening the doors and the goal is volume, like get as many people as possible. Let me find the form. I only want people who are truly going to show up and try to create one video a week in the group. So I'm doing an application form. It's kind of a combination between coaching and a course, essentially. So I created an application form in HoneyBook. This is the tool I used to use when I did one-on-one coaching, and I still use it for invoicing and things like that. But I don't really do one-on-one coaching anymore, so I haven't used HoneyBook in a while. You can check out some of my HoneyBook videos up here if you want to see exactly how to build this, but I just built a form. I already had email lists of people who said that they were interested in this program based on other videos that I have shared and things like that and freebies. So I sent this form out in an email to them. And I think I can show you that. And it basically just said, let's find it. What did it say? Okay, so this is what the email looks like. I just sent this out saying, hey, this is what it's gonna be. It's starting in early June. It's by application only, limited seats. I want this to be really small. Like, I think I'm gonna hope for definitely under 20, but I might even cap it at 10. I'm not sure yet. And then we have a link to the application form in HoneyBook, which for some reason Google Translate is coming up that it's in Arabic. So I don't know, but hopefully people figure it out. So now what I'm going to do and what I'm working on is the back end. So applications are coming through now, and by the time you watch this, I don't know if there'll still be seats or not. So I built the actual course or program on Thinkific, and this is what the landing page looks like. I actually created a bundle. So I have this existing course, which is called the Video Lab. Some of you may have already taken it, and this is a self-paced evergreen course, meaning like you can buy it right now for, I think it's $47, and it goes through all of this stuff here that you're seeing on the screen. So the idea is folks who want to join this group will take this course over the few weeks in between now and when we start our first meetings. They'll take this course, they'll learn the basics of video, and then we get together in a mastermind to actually let's do the thing, ship the video, get feedback on the video, share anything interesting that you've been working on, that kind of thing. So in Thinkific, you're able to create what are called bundles. And I bundled it with this thing called the Video Lounge, which is basically another course, but this is where all of the live elements are gonna be. Let me see, can I show it to you? Okay, so I'm building it right now. So this is what it's gonna look like. I have a welcome section, welcome to the Video Lounge, which is gonna have all the important information. So it's gonna have a link to the community. It's going to have, all the disclaimers, all of the scheduling stuff, all the FAQs type stuff, so people can join, so people can get in here and go right to important information, read that first. I'm gonna make this public as soon as I accept people and give them the link to purchase. So that way they'll be able to read it as soon as they purchase. They'll be able to see the link to the Video Lab, the other course, saying, hey, you can take this right now. It's on demand and available for you. Hopefully they'll go do that, etc. Then I have another module, which is like typically what it would be as a course. It would be, a learning bucket or a piece of whatever. I don't know the word for it. A bucket, a chapter is a good word for it. But because I'm using this sort of more for a membership, I'm gonna link all the meeting links here. What's cool about Thinkific is you can do live lessons with the Zoom. So you can do like meeting 1 or whatever, where we'll talk about, goals and intros. That actually sounds perfect. Let's call it that. I'll probably put the dates on here and stuff too, which I need to figure out, but let's just say it's June 1st, etc. And then you can connect your Zoom, all your scheduling, really, really cool. The next module is going to be, we'll just close that. The next module is going to be worksheets. So I'm going to upload all the PDFs that we will be using. Again, this is kind of like a coaching style thing. So there might be some slides that I present. I'm still working through my curriculum. There might be some slides that I present, but more or less I want this to be we get together and talk, you know? And so instead of slides, I'm gonna be leveraging a lot more like worksheets that kind of get you thinking, hey, what are your content pillars? What are your offers? What's your monetization strategy that they can work on and then come to the masterminds with, or we can kind of complete them together in the mastermind. So I'm gonna house all those PDFs under one module. And then we have some bonus exercises. So I'm excited about these. I'm getting ready to start filming some of these. I am going to include in here like some warm-up exercises. I did a media training one time and she taught me how to like really properly warm up your voice and your body and like get yourself ready for being on camera and stuff. So I'm gonna do some fun stuff like that. I think I wanna do a fun lighting workshop. So these are all just gonna be like bonuses that are gonna be housed under here. Like, and again, I can add video lessons, text lessons, downloads, PDFs, etc., whatever I need. So that's that. Now the other thing that I'm working on is Thinkific has these things called communities. And I've used this the first round of SMMA, which was my first cohort-based course. I used it. I didn't love it, I'll be honest. I love Thinkific, but I did not love this feature because it was just super like elementary, but they've really went in and improved it. So I was racking my brain. I was like, where are we gonna actually talk to each other? Do I want to create a Slack for this the video lounge? Do I want to add us somehow onto Mighty Networks, which is the platform that I use to host my old membership that I had? I don't know. What do I want to do? And then I was like, duh, why don't you just use communities within Thinkific? And the reason this is such a smart idea is because, I already pay for this service, so I don't need to pay for anything else like a Mighty Networks or a Circle or anything like that. So this is what it looks like. These are old posts. I won't scroll too much because I'll show my students information, but these are old posts from SMMA. So I'm gonna go through and delete all of their old posts so we're starting fresh. But basically we have a general room or community, which I'm just calling Online Business Launch Lab, because down the line, and this is not happening yet, so stay tuned if you are a current student, but I think what I'm gonna do is add all of my students from all my courses into this general room. So like if you ever just have a question about course content or just want to meet people, they can hang out in there. But then we can also create what are called spaces. So now I have the video lounge. So this is our dedicated space for this new coaching program that I'm running. So only the 10 or 20 people that are in that course, or I don't want to keep calling it course, it's a program, I guess. Only those folks can see this stuff. It's kind of a bummer that I can't have more rooms assigned to each course. It's kind of weird. So I would love to have like a feedback room, a, random just for fun room, but I can't get that advanced. But considering there's only 10 or 20 people that are going to be in it, maybe even less, I think it'll be fine. I think we'll be able to like sort through it, and we can always just like, add Slack or something if we really feel like we need to. What I was saying that they've improved a lot is like before you couldn't like things, you couldn't respond like in a thread like this. So like I can respond directly, that you couldn't do that before. So yeah, it's definitely improved a lot. So I think it'll be doable. Deleting. Okay, there we go. And then I can also pin things too, which is cool. So this is what I'm working on. This is like the back end of the program. Now I pretty much have this good. Like I said, I'm just going to delete the stuff in the general forum and make sure I fill out this introduction or important information section in the course. But then the next thing that I need to work on doing is drafting my acceptance letters. So there are already some people in there that I know for sure I want to be in there. And so I want to send them a response sooner rather than later, because what I'm going to do is then send them the checkout link so they can complete their purchase. So I'll send that to them, put together an email. And then I think what I'm going to do next, I know there's like a lot to this, right? So I use this tool called Zapier. I've told you about it before. There's a way to connect our enrollments, so people who purchase the program, and add them into a spreadsheet. So we just go here to create Zap. We're going to start with Thinkific. Event is going to be new order, and then I'll choose my account, continue, and then I'm gonna choose the product name, which is called the Video Lounge. I gotta make sure it's the right one. Okay, I guess I can do both of them. Because there's a bundle and there's a course, it's a little confusing, but you choose your course and or your bundles, and then you're going to test the trigger, make sure that it's firing. I kind of like doing this. It's like forcing me to do it really quick and by recording it. They couldn't find an order because we don't have any yet, so we know that. So we're just gonna skip the test and continue. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna move it. We're gonna send that information to a Google, wait, do we wanna do a Google Sheet? Or do we just wanna do Flodesk? Flodesk. So then as soon as we get orders for those folks, we're going to add them to a Flodesk segment. Create or update subscriber. I think that's the one. Continue. Choose my Flodesk account. Continue. And then we're gonna add them to a new segment, which it's kind of weird because you can't add it in Zapier. So I'm gonna need to like go into Flodesk and add them. Choose segment, Video Lounge, enrollments. And then we have to map our data. So like email is going to be, you have to map it to, you know, how Thinkific inputs the information. First name, last name, clicked. I don't think Thinkific gives us that. All that stuff we're not gonna worry about. Continue. And then, actually it's not gonna work because there is nobody, so the test won't work. Oh, okay, it did send a test. And then we're gonna publish the Zap, publish and turn on. So now whenever anybody purchases, so confusing, whenever anybody purchases the course, they're automatically added to a Flodesk segment. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm going to set up a Flodesk automation. So I'm gonna go into workflows. I'm gonna click on new workflow. I don't know, it doesn't really matter what template you use. Yeah, the trigger is gonna be when they're added to a segment, and we're gonna choose the Video Lounge enrollments. And then we're gonna write an email that is a welcome email. So as soon as they're enrolled, we're gonna say, yay, like you did it, you're in, here's everything you need to know. So these are the big things that I'm working on today, is I'm working on figuring out a schedule, finalizing the schedule for myself, working on that important information, lesson or module in Thinkific, and working on the email, the welcome email. That's pretty much it. Then I just have to approve people manually, send them the link manually, and then they will be in there. Okay, so here's what I've created for the invitation to join email. So again, this is application only. So once they get approved, I add them to a segment in Flodesk, and then I sent this email out, giving them the actual link if they want to pay for it. So I just kind of recapped what the program is about. I added a little GIF here, or GIF. I always forget how you properly say it. And then there's the call to actions to actually pay for the program. So there's that. And then once they actually do pay for the program, they get added into that Zapier workflow where, you know, they pay, they get automatically added to a Flodesk segment. And then what I've done is I've went into Flodesk and I've created a workflow using that segment so that as soon as they get added to that segment, they get sent this email automatically. It's just like how you would set up a lead magnet or something like that. And I think I'm going to do this for all of my courses moving forward because it's just so much easier than having to manually send out welcome emails or have people be confused, like, wait, did I really purchase? I didn't get a confirmation, all that stuff. So this just runs down, you know, hey, you have access to the Evergreen course now. Here is the community forum where you can come say hi now before class starts. Again, the meeting times and what to expect out of the meetings, and then just a call to action to go ahead and go over to the community forum, which I'll show you now. So this is what the inside of the program looks like. It's pretty simple. It's like way less intricate than most of my courses because it's not really a course. They have access to a course which is in a separate program, but this is just really like the meeting information and the mastermind side of it. So what's cool is you do have this big call to action here for that community that we set up. Thinkific does this automatically. I kind of wish an image showed here, and I kind of feel like an image is supposed to be there, but it's not showing for some reason. So we're just going to be okay with it. If you click on go to community, you get brought right to the forum. I'll show you in a second as much of it as I can without showing people's, you know, information and stuff. Then for the welcome section, I added this important information section that basically just recaps the stuff in the email. Something I've learned about, you know, running anything is definitely share things more than once. if it's actually important information, you want to make sure that people have easy access to the meetings and know what time they're supposed to be there and all that stuff. So sharing it a couple times does not hurt. Then I've set up live lessons, which are just Zoom integrations for each of the calls. And then I've added a section for worksheets, which I don't have uploaded yet. I'm finalizing those, as well as some bonus exercises, which I'll be uploading soon. So anyway, if they go ahead and click on go to community, these are just me and Megan's posts, so I think it's okay to show. But I just have an introduction section where I'm asking people to go ahead and introduce themselves. I have this pinned, you can do all that stuff in this Thinkific community. And then, people have been liking it and commenting, so we can respond to things, we can heart things, all of that. I just wanted to share that little how-to because I had to think outside of the box to make this thing work. I get questions a lot from people about do you like Kajabi? Do you like whatever? Most of the things that I do in my business are done with these tools. Thinkific, Flodesk, and Zapier can pretty much be a bridge for anything that any integrations that don't exist. It's a lot more affordable than a Kajabi. And I think, as long as you're willing to get creative, you can save a lot of money. So that's kind of my thing there. If the video lounge still has space, like I said, I'm really trying to keep it very small and intentional. If we still have space, I will leave a link for you if you want to apply. And if not, you can always join the YouTube membership and get access to a monthly kind of live Q&A with me, as well as bonus videos. And of course, you can subscribe to the channel to get weekly videos for free with me. So I hope this was helpful. Let me know if you like more of these kind of quick, dirty walkthroughs, I guess. And thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it, and I'll see you soon. Bye.